Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you this fun fold card. It's been called a front floating display card, and the tutorial for it was developed by Anne Melvin of Positively Papercraft, and had received a message from a viewer that had made this card and wanted to know if she was interested in coming up with a tutorial for it. And she did, and I'm glad she did, because I really enjoyed making this. It's not very difficult to make. You can see it has a little bit of a fun factor to it, because when you slip off the belly band, you'll see inside this floating effect. And I've made it like Anne did with the oval and the double oval, so that you can actually leave a message inside of here, but you can make it without the fold over. Just a plain oval on there would be fine. But it isn't, as I said, very difficult to make. If you'd like to learn how to make one yourself, then stick with me and I'll show you how. The card blank that is 10.5 by 6 inches, and then we want to score it at 2 inches at 4.5, 6, and 6.5. And then finally 8.5. And that is your scoring. I'm going to grab a pencil and a ruler, and then here where you have these 1/2 inch score lines, you want to measure up 2 inches and then connect those with a line across both of those score lines. So I'm going to come up 2 inches, make a little tick mark of that, come over here to this side, 2 inches, and then I can put my ruler across and then draw a line, and that is going to be my cutting line. I'm going to do this very same on the other side. So coming up 2 inches, and again on this side, so we can connect those. And now all we need to do is cut up this score line here. So that would be 2, 4, 1/2, the 6.5 inch score line. Let's cut up there, cut up this one, which would be the 4 inch, and then just remove this altogether. And of course, do the same on this side. So up this score line. You have something that looks like this, a big fat H. Now, you need to also fold and burnish. You want to start by folding these outer score lines in a valley fold, so that if you fold them into what is essentially a V, like that. Then you want to fold these, get that right, want to do a mountain fold and a mountain fold. And this will be a valley. So that you get this effect. So you've got a valley fold here and here. You have one here on this short fold line, and you've got another valley on this one, and then these two here are mountain folds, so they peak up. You just get those nice and sharp. And what this is going to do is that is actually going to push in like that. Now, for the mats and layers, I have 8 mats and 8 layers. And these mats measure 1 7/8 by 5 7/8. Because I'm going to have a much narrower border than usual. Usually I would cut that at 1 3/4 by 5 3/4, but you can do the same if you like. But I'm just going to make a smaller one this time. So that means the layers are cut at 1 3/4 by 5 3/4. So I've got 4 for the front and 4 for the back. And I've also just gone ahead and made a little piece to go here on the back here. Which actually goes on this side. So, and I think that measures just about 1 2 and yes, I would say 1 7/8 by 1 a little over 1/4, so I would say 1 3/8, something like that. So that will go like that. So what I'll do is I'll mat these together, and then we'll put them on the card. This is the last of the mats and layers that I'll now put onto the panels on the card blank. Bring that back in and replace these like that. It's the last piece. And of course, if you wanted to, you could have different patterns on the back than on the front. You could mix them up however you like. And by the way, the paper I'm using is from the first edition Grand Plans 8x8 premium paper pad. I'm going to work on the front of the card. So for this, I have done like Anne did in her card that she actually filmed, and that is to make a flip over type of oval. I'll just fold that by hand and fold it over. Now I did mine on my cutting machine, but if you have dies, you can achieve the same by simply folding your card placing your die so that it was placed beyond this curve here, so that when you cut it out, it stays attached like that. Or you could simply just use an oval, like she did in her first example. That would then place here on the front. Again, it's all personal choice. The reason for doing this was to have somewhere where you could also have your message as well. But then you could do that on the back by just putting plain white panels on here, just not covering it with the mats and layers, and you would have room to leave a message. So for this, as I said, I've already folded it now, and I want to then cover it. And for that, I have this piece. It's from that same paper pad. And I'm going to place it here on the front. Then I also have a little frame to go around it. Again, you could do that with nesting dies by just selecting two separate dies and then making that gap that forms the frame. So place that in the center there. Like that. And then I'll come in with my frame. So this is matching cardstock or paper to this. Attach this by using foam tape that is applied here to the little mechanism. Let's cut that. Take another piece. See, we have our floating piece. So it looks like it's completely separated here, but actually it is attached. So you can have it back like this if you like, sitting like that. Or you could have it sitting like this, or even push it together like that. And then when you get ready to post it, you'll be able to just push it in like that, and then place a belly band across it. We'll be doing that in just a moment. So first I want to finish decorating the card itself. That's meant, which is cut with my Scan and Cut, but you might have a die cut, something similar. I'm just going to glue these together. So I've got the hello as well as the shadow behind it. Just put those together. Helps that to pop a little more. then I'm going to glue this onto this bit of matching paper, which I'm going to just put across the front of that so that I have that to attach my hello. We'll do the belly band, and for that I have this just piece of scrap really that I've trimmed to 1 3/4 of an inch, but you could of course make it any size you want. We're simply going to take this, remember we push this together and we have this sort of gatefold effect now, and the belly band is going to just wrap around it. Now you don't need to score it, just wrap it round and make sure that it has plenty of space for sliding up and down. And then we'll also put a topper on this. But before I do that, I'm going to decorate it just a little bit on the sides with some of this paper I have left over from where I cut out the oval. A strip that is been trimmed to 1 1/2 inches. I'm going to apply it to the front of the belly band. So first of all, I need to decide on how much I'm going to actually need, because that's wrapping around quite a bit, so you probably trim about to there. And then I'll place this pretty much in the middle, because this part, these 2 white pieces that are still showing, are going to get covered. So this is the side I want showing. I can wrap this round. You see you have a decorated belly band as well. Glue this in place next. Belly band topper, I'm going to use this. Worry less, live more. And I'll put it on some foam tape. I can just place right here in the middle. And just put this in place like that. Is the front floating display card, complete with belly band that just slides right off, and then you open the card to display it, and you have many options. You could place it back like that, or you could have it spread out like that. Maybe these going like there, or even bring it in so that the oval is the center of attraction, like that. It isn't very hard to make, and really, this can become, as I said before, quite an elaborate card, because it does have a little bit of a fun factor to it. I'd like to thank Anne Melvin of Positively Papercraft for putting this tutorial together so that I could also make it and share it with you. Thanks for coming today and watching this video tutorial. I do hope you enjoyed it and that you'll give it a try yourself. If you are subscribed to the channel already, thank you so much. And if you're not, I'd invite you to do so today. Remember, always click on the notification bell so that you won't miss out on any future tutorials. And as always, please, please stay safe and crafty hugs. Bye.